Because these are, that's where I do like
There was something going on.
yeah. So you put that side up. Otherwise, too smoky in the way. Yeah.
I understand we're going back to Siberia again.
Just for 2 days.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
It is 2 days. Yeah. I think it was June this one.
Oh, my God. Tomorrow night is supposed to be down.
No, not tomorrow night, Sunday night. This is today's Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. The next day is Sunday. Right. I think we all suffer. Well, you're a little older than I am, so I have something to look forward to. So that does
It is.
Yep. Sunday night.
I'm still working.
One day it will say that she doesn't do it. I just these days. Well, don't rush. Don't wait. That's choice. Don't rush, because the way things are going in the role of this stuff right now, you work as long as you can work.
What is the meeting about?
I was getting that for a long time. You're adding memories, you know, and a lot of website, blah, blah, blah.
You ready to get us started?
Sure.
Toby is not, you know, what there.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
We'll go ahead and get started with the Nigun. Start welcoming in the Sabbath. Welcoming in Shabbat. Yay, da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da. Yay, da 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 da.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I don't know how you're feeling, but this is the last Shabbat of the year. I don't know whether you're happy to see 2025 pass or whether you're, and some of us are indifferent, like Betty. She just, I get it, I get it. So in any case, this is your last chance to tell everyone in the congregation who is here what is the good and blessing happening in your life this week. So for this one last opportunity in this year to declare the nice things that are happening. It could be getting married, it could be the birth of a child, it could be a tuna fish sandwich. Whatever it is that brought you joy in this past week, we need to hear about it. So we're going to start over on this side. Anybody got a good and blessing to share? Yes.
I was very fortunate to have not only my daughter in town, but my son, who's in the Navy, come home and be home for Hanukkah.
Excellent.
Be going back to his duty on tomorrow.
All right. Well, enjoy him while you got him. So that's great. Who else on this side of the room has something to share? Betty?
I'm looking forward to going to the wedding of my grandson.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Is that happening locally or is that happening someplace else? What's that?
I could only the boys get married.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's, yeah, I'm impressed. It's also a cruel reality, but there you go. So where's he getting married?
You're kidding.
No? Where? Is he getting married locally or is he going someplace?
Down in, around Cedar Park.
Cedar Park, like Cedar Park,
No, it's
Cedar Park, Colorado?
Texas.
Oh, Texas, sorry. I didn't know we had a Cedar Park. All right, so it's good to learn something every week, and so now I have. Anybody else on this side of the room have a good and blessing to share? Richard?
Just in the tuna fish salad sandwich range.
Right.
Right. Along with the 7 bunnies I saw this morning, I heard a screech owl.
Okay, very good. All right. Now we move over to this side of the room. Who has a good and blessing to share? Yes, my dear.
Last Saturday, I went and saw a movie I've been really looking forward to. It's the sequel to one that came out about 2 years ago, so I was really happy to get to go and see it.
Okay, what was this movie?
The Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Oh, Five Nights. Can I confess to you that I, too, have seen Five Nights at Freddy's 2?
It's a good movie.
It's a well-made movie. I think it has.
Movies for entertainment
decent cinematography, and the actors actually emote. And yes, in that regard, it's a well-made movie. But yeah,
That's all I hear.
I have to confess, I go because my son loves Five Nights at Freddy's, and so that was predetermined. But I did not come away from it feeling as horrified as I do by many of the films he makes me show. So I hold that as a good and blessing. Who else has something to share with us from the past week? Yes.
Our older daughter Charlotte actually wanted to spend time with us this week.
All right.
Only because the Stranger Things came out, we wanted to watch it too.
I too have been watching Stranger Things. How are you feeling about the fifth season?
What do you think?
I only watched the first two episodes, but it's pretty good.
Okay. I feel like there's a little too much emotive stuff going on. They're just giving too many long lectures. They're supposed to be out hunting Vecna, and instead they're just talking to each other about how their lives have unfolded. And I'm like, no, move on, kill something. All right. Who else has something to share with us? Anybody? Yeah, oh, there's another one? Oh, you.
I had an extra day off this week, and it was nice to just rest around the house.
Vegetate, right? Yeah, couch potato.
Some video games.
I totally get that.
Video call with family and everything.
Very nice. So I would say, aside from Five Nights at Freddy's, which I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I went to see with my family on Christmas Eve Anaconda with Paul Rudd and with Jack Black. What's that?
It's a remake of the old Anaconda.
It is the conceit, without giving anything away, is that two childhood friends who their lives have not quite unfolded the way they imagined it would, envisioned being filmmakers when they were young. And one of them comes back to Buffalo, New York and says, I have the rights to remake Anaconda. And everything, merriment unfolds from there. It is a surpassingly stupid movie, but, a good, stupid movie is still good. And there are lots of belly laughs and there are lots of chuckles. And so I think it was a worthy Christmas Eve film. Anybody else? All right. With that, I am going to invite Rachel to come on up and kindle the lights of Shabbat. We are going to be in service number 1. Oh, you are coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so good. No.
we're on page 1, everyone.
Yeah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher
Chanu b'mitzvotav tzivanu
v'hadlik
Shabbat.
Praise are you, Adonai, whose presence fills the world, who hallows us with mitzvot and inspires us to kindle the Shabbat lights. May God
Bless us with Shabbat joy. May God bless us with Shabbat holiness. May God bless us with Shabbat peace. Amen. Shakoach to both of you.
Excellent. Reach over the fire.
So we are going to start with what psalm in Kabbalat Shabbat?
99.
We're going to be doing Psalm 99. So I believe that will take you to page 5. Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu.
Romemu
Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'har kodsho. Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'har kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu ramemu. Ki
כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. Together in English. It is you who established equity, you who works righteous judgment in Jacob. Exalt Adonai our God and bow down towards God's footstool. God is holy. Exalt Adonai our God and bow down towards God's holy mountain. For Adonai our God is holy. Psalm 29. Avu l'Adonai b'nei elim, Havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, Havu l'Adonai kavod shemo, Ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Ascribe to Adonai, you children of God. Ascribe to Adonai glory and strength. Ascribe to Adonai the glory of God's name, and worship Adonai in the beauty of holiness. May Adonai give strength to this people. May Adonai bless this people with peace. We continue with Lecha Dodi on page 7. As always, I think I'm going to, I don't know, maybe we'll call upon Harold to be our usher for the end of that of the composition. And everyone, last stanza, please rise and turn towards the door. Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'libor echad, Ishmi'anu el hamichad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'lehilah. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki himkor habracha, merosh mikedem mesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava tila. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, ki ba'orech u'mi'ori, uri, shir daberi, kavod Adonai alayich nigla.
Please rise.
Lecha
Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam v'simcha u'zohola, l'chemunei am sigula, boi chala, boi chala.
Lecha
Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala,
Pnei Shabbat nekabela, Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. So come in peace, you crown of your husband, with rejoicing and with joy, to those who are faithful, a treasured people. Come, O Shabbat, come, O bride. Psalm 92. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehadot l'Adonai, l'zmer l'shimcha elyon. A psalm, a song for Shabbat. It is good to give thanks to Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night, with a harp, with voice and lyre in unison. Sadik katamar yifrach v'kerez v'Lebanon yizgeh. The righteous bloom like a palm. They thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. We turn now for the Hatzi Kaddish, the partial Kaddish on page 9.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach Yerutei v'yamlech malchutei.
B'chayechon u'b'yomechon u'chayech dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'vizman karib v'imaru. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevorach, ve'olam u'lalmei almaya yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal, Shmei d'Kudashah.
Berechu
Leila min kol birchata v'shirata.
Tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran belma v'imru.
Amen.
If able, I invite you all to please rise for the opening of the worship, the Baruch Hu.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
We continue with Ma'ariv Aravim, thanking God for the constancy of time and space. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim. B'chokhmah poteach sha'arim, u'vitvona meshane itim, u'machalif et hasmanim, u'msader et ha'kokavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirotzono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei hoshech, v'hoshech mipnei or. U'mevir yom u'mevi layla, u'mavdil bein yom u'bein layla. Adonai tzvaot shemo, el hai v'kayam tamid yimloch Aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Ma'ariv Aravim. Adonai of hosts is the creator of day and night, causing day and night to alternate. May God govern us always to the end of time. Praised are you, Adonai, who makes this evening fall. Ahavat olam. And unending is your love for your people, the house of Israel. Torah, mitzvot, laws, and precepts you have taught us. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and rejoice in your Torah and mitzvot forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life and the length of our days, and then your love shall never depart from our hearts. Blessed is Adonai, who loves this people Israel.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated. And please, if you're comfortable, join us in the V'ahavta.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושימנתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Emet be'emunah. True and enduring, beloved and precious, awesome, good, and beautiful is this eternal teaching. This truth we hold to be forever certain. Adonai is our ruler, the rock of Jacob, shield of our salvation. Adonai, our God, you redeemed us from Egypt. You set us free from the house of bondage. For this the people who felt your love sang songs of praise to you. Living God, high and exalted, mighty and awesome, who humbles the proud, raises the lowly, who frees the captive and redeems the oppressed, who is the answer to all who cry out to you. All praise to God Most High, the source of blessing. Like Moses and Israel, we sing this song of rejoicing, the Micha Mocha.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, זה לי אנו ואמרו, לי אנו ואמרו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך בידע בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. This is my God, they proclaimed. Adonai shall reign forever. And now we shift gears just a little bit at the closing of the day to offer a prayer for our own security as we go home and we retire for the night, to carry us through to the morning. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Grant that tonight we should lie down in peace, Adonai our God, and raise us up tomorrow, O Sovereign, to a life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace, guide us with your good counsel, and for your name's sake, be our help. Shield us from hatred and plague. Keep us from war, famine, and anguish. Subdue our inclination to evil. O God, our guardian and helper, our gracious and merciful sovereign, give us refuge in the shadow of your wings. O guard our coming and our going, that always we have life and peace. We praise you, O God, whose sukkah of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. We turn now to the next part of our service, Tefillah. Once again, I invite you, if able, please rise. Adonai, sefatai tiftachu fiyah ki tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, U'mevii Gula Livnei B'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshil Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Ve'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav L'Hoshia, Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Geburot, Umido Melach, Melech Meimid Umekayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, B'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kodoshim b'chol yom yehalucha selah, Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated, everyone. What are we doing? Okay, so this is the Sabbath, and because it is the Sabbath, we want to honor that. And of course, as always with Jews, we have two choices in how we celebrate it. And this particular case, we're going to be on the top of page 21, singing Vishamru, the verses from Exodus. God created the world in 6 days, and on the seventh day, God rested and refreshed, and then God gave us that day for our own rest and refreshment. So, Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasod et ha-Shabbat, l'doratam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasod et ha-Shabbat, l'doratam berit olam. Beni uvein b'nei Yisrael, b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasod et ha-Shabbat, l'doratam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et olam. Uvayom hashli Shabbat vaynechash, Shabbat vaynechash, Shabbat vaynechash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasod et ha-Shabbat, l'doratam berit olam. Great say, Adonai, our God, show favor towards your people and lovingly receive these prayers. May the worship of your people, Israel, always be acceptable to you, for you alone do we hold in reverence.
And we give thanks to you, Adonai, our God, the God of our ancestors. You are the rock of our lives, the shield of our salvation for every generation. We thank you, and we recite your praises. Let all the living affirm you and praise your name as the God of our salvation and help. Praised are you, Adonai. Goodness is your name. All praises to you. We're going to close out this part of our service with a prayer for peace, Shalom Rav, on the next page, and then we're going to take a few moments for our own silent prayers and reflections.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki Atahu Melech Adon L'chol HaShalom. Ki Atahu Melech Adon L'chol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'necha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru, v'imru, amen.
Now that Christmas is officially over, I think I can say, with honesty to all of you, pity the poor Christian. I mean, no, it's really sad. Well, actually, pity the poor Protestant Christian, all right? Because they've only got 2 holidays, right? They've got Easter and they've got Christmas. And they clearly long for more holidays. Why else do we end up celebrating Christmas beginning at the end of Halloween? It just goes on and on and on. The music takes over the radio. They lack enough holidays. Not a Catholic problem. Catholics have plenty of other holidays. They have Advent, and they have the Feast of the Circumcision, and they have Michaelmas, and they have Lent. Okay, so Lent's not so exciting. But in any case, they've got a fair number of holidays. On the other hand, Jews, we are the people with too many holidays. Honest to God. Even if you take Shabbat 52 days of the week and you throw in all of the holidays that we have throughout the year, you add another 30 days to the calendar. It's crazy. But like the Sham Wow guy, we're not done yet. There's more. All right? It's important to mention, and some of you are aware of this, some of you are not, that in fact we have no less than 4 New Years. Count them, 4 New Years. I mean, okay, Jews have plenty of opinions, but we have too many holidays. So let's review the 4. Let's review the 4. So first of all, there's the first of Tishrei. There's Rosh Hashanah, the purpose of which is to be the civil and the spiritual new year. It marks the start of the calendar year, the high holy days, the cycle of sabbatical and jubilee years, in preparation for the readings of the Torah, etc., etc., etc. It commemorates creation, and it also serves as a day of judgment, of reflection, and elevating God to divine kingship each and every year over us. But then, there is the first of Nisan, or what we think of as Passover. The purpose of that new year is to start counting the months. The major festivals like Passover and the year of a king's reign are all coming out of the beginning of Passover. But there's more. Let us also talk about the first of Elul. That's a month before Tishrei, where we have the new year for tithing animals. This is a marker of the fact that we started 3,000 years ago as an agricultural people, and we have certain obligations regarding livestock. And we also have, lest we forget, Tu B'Shvat, which is the new year of trees. And if we're going to have a new year for fauna, we've got to have a new year for flora, right? And so we determine the age of trees and the tithes that we have to offer. It is time to celebrate nature. It's the Jewish Ecology Day, etc., etc. Now, for those of you who maybe sometimes look online for news, you know that lately what they've been doing is that they've been putting out these special articles that are only available to subscribers, right? You get to a certain article, you say, oh, that sounds interesting, you click on it, and they give you like half a paragraph, and they say, if you want to read the full article, you're going to have to go and sign up for this. Okay. Secret is, go to Yahoo News. Yahoo News basically takes all of that stuff and republishes it so you can see it. All right? However, there's more than 4 Jewish holidays, because we are coming up on the next one. In North America, many Jews who have prepared for Rosh Hashanah, who have celebrated the trees, who have celebrated the animals, who have acknowledged the beginning of the High Holy Days, we now have built into our lives New Year's in the Christian tradition, or the Western calendar, or if you prefer, the Gregorian calendar. And this secular New Year presents its own challenges. We can't call it the New Year in Hebrew because that's Rosh Hashanah. That's what Rosh Hashanah means, right? So what are we going to do with this additional 5th holiday that's being thrown at us? All right? So it serves its own purpose. You know, it's a joyous day, a time to begin anew, the opportunity to look ahead to the coming year, maybe sort of doing Rosh Hashanah light with a few resolutions, right, rather than fully changing your whole life. But anyway, though we live here in the United States, we don't realize that in Israel, they operate simultaneously on the Jewish calendar and on the Western calendar. So as it turns out, they also, to a certain extent, acknowledge the secular New Year. Indeed, when I spent my year in Israel, the only people I've ever noticed celebrating the turn of the calendar were the restaurant owners and the barkeepers in downtown Jerusalem, who had catering and things open for foreigners. But here's a fun fact. In Israel, they actually do acknowledge the New Year. It's called, does anybody know? Sylvester. Yes, I had no idea. But when I lived in Israel, people kept talking about Sylvester, right? And I'm like, well, what's Sylvester? And it turns out that that is the Israeli term for the secular Western New Year. So, it's known as Sylvester in a number of European countries where many Israelis have roots, and like so many other customs brought from old countries, they brought along the name too. Some very, very superficial research indicates that December 31st is, credit to the Catholics, Saint Sylvester Day, all right, named for a 4th century pope. As far as important historical figures go, Pope Sylvester is not among those most remarkable popes, but he is also known for having convinced the Emperor Constantine to prohibit Jews from living in Jerusalem. So, of course, we've got to turn it into a holiday, right? Those who brought this name, New Year's Eve, with them from Europe to Jerusalem really don't have much reason to celebrate, but in fact, it is celebrated. So what does Sylvester look like in Israel today? I recently took a very non-scientific survey of segments of 3 different populations, and the question remained the same: do you celebrate Sylvester? First, I asked Israeli secular people, some people in my family. Those who responded were largely, Matipom, Eze Shutot, or what are you talking about? Such silliness. They don't care. It's just a way to click back the Western calendar and start over again. And they don't give it any sort of thought. They're all in Israel, and the New Year for them is a work day like any other day. Most Israelis, it turns out, feel the same way unless they were raised outside the Middle East or they've spent any significant time overseas. However, if I ask people who are alumni of Europe or America who have made Aliyah, their response all seems to indicate that celebrating Sylvester is reserved for the young and the hip. So it's a good time to go out drinking, surprise, surprise, and to party. They told me when I was single, I celebrated it. Now I usually pass out by 10 p.m. Not that any of us are familiar with this experience. And I never did anything for Sylvester. I'm the wrong demographic. I'm not cool enough at all to be celebrating Sylvester. Another older friend had never even heard of it, so what can I say? Finally, if you talk to a group of Reformed Jewish friends who were in rabbinical school in Jerusalem, or they were part of the North American experience of spending a year in Jerusalem, some of them traveled outside the country for the secular New Year. One couple said they participated in small celebrations, a nice dinner, a dance at a kibbutz, but overall they agreed the secular New Year was, in their experience, mostly, but not entirely, a non-holiday in Israel. So, what should I tell you about the coming New Year? If you want to celebrate it, celebrate it. If you don't want to celebrate it, ignore it. Robin and I mostly ignore it now. I think Robin once had aspirations about New Year, that it would go in a certain way and we'd party and drink and stay up until midnight, and I was over that very early. So, regardless of whether you're in Israel or whether you're in North America, as always with Jews, you have options. It's like the great Jewish calendar is like the Chinese menu, old Chinese menus. Remember, 1 from column A and 2 from column B. Pick what you want. Celebrate, don't celebrate. Spend a quiet night at home, a boisterous party, complete with glittery hats and noisemakers, or something in between that. However you choose to observe Sylvester, May 2026 bring you and your loved ones more contentment, more fulfillment, and more peace of mind than 2025 has. Shabbat Shalom. Happy Sylvester. So with that, it's time for announcements, and that would be our Vice President. Come on up, Randy. Here you go. Oh, I've got to leave this for you.
All right, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
It looks like for tonight's announcements, we have a reminder about quiz night. Starting at 7:30 p.m. on January 31st, we will be holding our next quiz night. Our Master of Ceremonies, Jeff Cagle, promises an exciting evening of trivia and fun. All are welcome. You do not have to be a CKA member to attend. There will also be a silent auction and a dessert bar as part of the evening. This is a bring your own beer, booze, you fill in the B part, event. The cost is $20 per person. Please visit our website and get signed up for this great evening of fun. Essentially, bring a friend. That's what we're asking for. So bring somebody you know, doesn't have to be a member, the more the merrier. Security grant construction. Reminder, construction on the security improvements funded under our grant began on Monday, October 20th, and will continue through the end of the year, possibly beyond. Other than hanging some interior blinds on the doors, the changes to the inside of the building are complete. The final step will be the addition of more lighting in our parking lot and should begin within a few weeks. Misha Barak list. Actually, first, does anybody have anyone that they'd like to give a Misha Barak for?
Melissa Ducar.
Ellen Lee. Don Sachs.
Rabbi Stan Zamek.
We're also thinking of Terry Dubner, Francine Fangold, Lee Goodman, Deborah Goodman, Caroline Goodman, Anthony Nuria, Terry Rosenthal, and Bruce Sorry. And then I will hand it back
Prayer,
over
you
to
can
Roma.
find it in page 40 of your purple prayer book, or you can find it on the back of your brochure.
Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi shebera imotenu makor habracha lahotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Shakoach, my dear. So, we now come to the concluding prayers of our service, and it begins on page 82 with the Aleinu. And as has been my custom lately, I will invite someone up to join me up on the bima for the Aleinu and the opening of the Ark. And I'm thinking, Samantha. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I got your names all wrong. Come on up. Come up here. Please rise, page 82.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei kedula l'yotzer reshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוצר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינה רוזו בכובע מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו. וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד.
Please be seated, everybody. Bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Now is our time to honor those who have passed on, those people who have passed on in life, but also passed on the vitality of their lives to us. And we honor them by naming them and respecting them. I have no one listed for Shiva. Is there anyone here who's lost a loved one in the last 7 days? All right. For Shloshim, we're thinking of Julie Connell, a friend of Steve and Alyssa Ducar, and Michael Hertzlinger, the father of Terry Messing. We're also thinking of the victims of the shooting on Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia. Is anyone else thinking of a loved one they've lost in the last 30 days? Please. Thank you. Anybody else? For our yard sites, our anniversaries of death this week, we're thinking of Robert Dickstein, Hannah Doring, Vicki Merkler, and J. Arthur Schapp. Is there anyone else who has lost a loved one in the last year this week? Yes.
Pastor Rob.
Please rise. And now I invite all of us to join together on page 85, rise, as we recite the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach Yerutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyamechon, uv'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael, Bagalal uvizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam ul'amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudsha brechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'elma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba mim shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen. Osei shalom b'mromah, hu yasei shalom, aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, and comfort all of us in our bereavement. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated. And what did we decide our closing song is going to be?
Hine Matov.
Hine Matov, a good way to close out 2025 and begin 2026. How good and pleasant it is to have brothers and sisters sitting together in unity. Hine Matov.
Page 100.
Page 100. Thank you, Richard.
Hine matohu manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine matohu manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine matov sheverachim gam yachad. Sheverakim gam yachad, hine matohu manayim. Sheverakim gam yachad, hine matohu manayim. Sheverakim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom. Happy New Year. Please join us for the Oneg. So, are you one of the Christians from the two holidays of the year, or more fleshed out? You're on. My deepest apologies, but if you hang out with her, you'll be exposed to her.
He does love a good pastor.
Oh, good. Well, that's a start. That's a start.
We even made matzo ball soup
Oh.
for Hanukkah.
Matzo ball soup for Hanukkah.